there's a little buck amongst this group that a little odd, a little nondescript, but still different. Should we find the wolf?
Yeah, find the wolf.
Out there. I'm guessing.
Yeah. This is the year Todd captured on his camera everything from...
There he is.
There he is. There he is. There's the wolf. Todd was just saying he saw 3 wolves this year.
We think it was 2005.
Here we are on a Thursday night at the hunting shack. Have you ever been here on a Thursday night before?
No, I don't think so.
I think this is the first time.
There's the turkeys.
There's the turkeys. There's the turkeys.
And that goes back to 2005, so 10 years ago.
Todd been having some problems with his camera, but tonight he succeeded in terms of capturing some decent videos. What did we capture tonight, Todd? Tell me about what you saw.
Well, we came in and we've had trouble getting a good number of images, like the camera became insensitive. But with a brand new card here for the last 3 weeks, we got like 500 images and videos, so it seems to function pretty good now.
And what did we see, though? Tell me about those things with horns.
Well, we think we have a spike, a fork. We think we have about a 6-pointer and an 8-pointer and a 10-pointer. Roughly, given what we can see, about 5 different bucks out there. Give or take 1 or 2, so maybe more. But yeah, definitely some nice bucks to take a look at.
So it's Sunday morning, and give it an overview of Saturday opener, 2015. Actually, probably my first time I've ever gotten to the stand, and prior to getting up in the stand, saw a deer. Was headed out towards Hatchet on the ATV and came across a doe and a yearling following along. So thoughts were, if I saw those, I should probably go back and wait for the buck to come. So turned around out on the blue line and ended up at IKEA. Got up in the stand. Actually saw the 2 again when I got back up into the stand, and they took off, headed west. Actually, it'd be northwest towards Papa Don's stand, it seemed like. Other than that, the morning had a nice sized doe come through. Got between me and the camera, so there's probably some good shots and videos there of that one.
Talk about taking video. That's extraordinary. You've never done that before.
Yeah, so this first year that we can't shoot the doe, or no doe tags allowed, or I guess we didn't win any in the lottery, so nothing else to do but take out the camera and get some footage. So this is the first year we were able to do that. Yeah, then came in, had some lunch, the usual chili dog fest, which was good, and went back out for the afternoon, went back to the same stand, and no such luck in the afternoon. Nice and comfortable as far as weather goes, but no deer to entertain. So that was mine, and I'm actually heading out to fly out to Florida today. So stayed the night and leaving this morning once the sun goes up for a safe trip home, and wishing these guys the best of luck.
I see a 1, a 2, and a 3, and a 4 there. Do a flip-flop if you would, in terms of the sun. Thank you.
Oh, well, then I'll keep my sunglasses on. Hello there, this is Chelsea. I am reporting Sunday morning. Yesterday was opener, so that put me, I headed south to the South Shack where I did not see anything. The neighbors across the street to the east, they ended up getting sounded like a small buck. I could hear them talking. So they made a whole lot of noise, so I didn't see much of anything. Yesterday afternoon, I headed out to Papa Don's metal stand, and that is where towards the very end of the evening I had a doe just pop out of nowhere about a minute after I took out the muff that Uncle Johnny gave me, because my hands were cold, but I didn't want to put gloves on because I knew it was getting close to shooting time. So I just used the muff, and no sooner did I put it on, that doe showed up, and she stuck around for about a half hour just hanging out with me, and kind of felt like Uncle Johnny was with me, so that was pretty neat. This morning I took off to IKEA or Ica, whichever you prefer, and I sat there most of the morning just nice and quiet, and had the doe and the yearling that presumably Ryan saw yesterday stop by a couple times, and another, I believe the same doe that I saw last night as well, stopped by. So that was pretty neat. Took a lot of video and photos with my camera, and so I still got to do some shooting, just not the rifle sort. So another great weekend, going home empty-handed, but lots of memories, lots of fun. Thank you, gentlemen, for allowing me to partake.
Okay, this is coming to you from Poachers on Sunday morning, but I thought I'd bring things up to speed in terms of my opportunities this weekend. Yesterday morning I was down off Pollocks in the lowland. Never saw a thing. Beautiful morning in terms of, you know, cool, warmed up. When, boy, as soon as that sun hit your face, it was just truly gorgeous. Jerry went by with his four-wheeler, so I knew that the swing set was open, so I spent the last hour and a half opening morning out on his stand. Didn't see a thing, went over and hugged the pine tree, as I always do once a year. Then last night, Saturday night, headed back out to Pollocks lowland, and Todd headed over to Lone Oak. So the two of us are tag teaming down there, and I would say probably 4:30, we headed to 4:45. I'm looking to the south, and I thought I heard, Todd and I were you know, doing the calls back and forth, and I thought I heard two of those calls actually over on Sievert's Point. Maybe not. Anyways, it was moments after that I heard a single noise, like a cracking of a branch or something, but there was just something I sensed that was, and by this time it was really quiet. I sensed there was something out there. I stood up, grabbed my gun, and sure enough, essentially starting going west, I see ahead, and then it turned straight south right for me, is this deer. And so I pull up the gun and trying to look for horns, can't see any, put it down. Are there horns? Are there horns? Pull it up again. Sure enough, there's some little guys. Pull the gun down, dead shot, boom, and it just goes click. And unfortunately, that was one of the shells that Todd gave me, one of his super shells that he made for all of us. But that be not neither here nor there. You know, now what do I do? Well, with that click, the deer looks up and sees me. So I, wait there for a moment and then decide, well, my only option is to try to eject this shell. So I pull it down to my waist, and I'm yanking on it, and maybe it's my adrenaline, maybe I'm doing it totally wrong, but it took a hell of an effort to get that shell out. And by this time, that little guy's turned around and he's headed back to where he came. And so I eject it, I get the new shell in, I pull it up. I gotta, now he's turned going towards Todd, fortunately. And there, bang, nice shot, bang, nice shot. But obviously he's moving. No way to know. but he goes right to Todd. And so Todd will have his story where he shoots 3 more times and we put it down. So we tag teamed and got ourselves a little spike buck. So we didn't end up skunked again, even though it is bucks only. And then last night, Todd gutted it quick, threw it on the back of my 4-wheeler, and I hauled it all the way to the graveyard. And we hung it down the graveyard. And then later in the evening, you'll see that we did the first time Saturday night group picture, because Ryan had to leave early this morning. And we actually went down there, used the headlights of the 4-wheelers, and took our annual picture with all the groups. So that's kind of a different approach that I hope you enjoy this year. And otherwise, now I'm on Poachers this morning, and Samuel's down on Hatchet, so he and I have been texting, and he started off with a little yearling going by him. He said, he's coming towards you, Dad. And sure enough, went right by me, turned, so he's going north-south, turned then to the west and headed out, disappeared. Half hour later, I'm looking down and, oh, is that the little guy again? This is Mama. And she goes right under my stand, just casual as could be. I got some great video of that. And then I told Sam, hey, she's coming your way, and sure enough, so between Sam and I, oh, and then later on, by the way, the little yearling shows up again, goes by me this time from west to east, and then heads his way north. So lots and lots of activity this morning, but nothing with horns, and just gorgeous, gorgeous. If you notice, I didn't even put my coat on. I left my coat hanging because the combination that I have already is more than comfortable. A great 2015 hunt, just one to remember, even though it was just bucks only.
Hi, I just dropped Duane's beautiful camera. Well, tell you my story of yesterday. I was on Hatchet Handle, and about 7 o'clock I saw 2 does come up, and they came from the north going south. And at that time we were looking just for horns. And the beauty of it is that they came like literally about 10 yards from me. They just came right up and literally, I thought they would smell me. Saw the 2 does. It was beautiful. Watched them for about 15-20 minutes, and they just moseyed on to the south. Other than that, saw nothing other than the birds and the leaves, and it just started to get a little bit windy. The wind was starting to pick up a little bit. But then today, on Sunday, I went to the lowland for the first time. Johnny's lowland was beautiful down there. Didn't see anything. Went over and walked over to Lone Oak. Todd and Jerry, they made a nice trail around that area, made a little loop so you can get through it. It's real brushy, hard to walk through there, but now there's a nice trail that goes around there. So I went over there for, well, I don't know, probably half an hour, 45 minutes to an hour probably. Then I came back and then I saw Todd. Todd was on the lowland stand that I was on, and at any rate, didn't see anything. Beautiful day, beautiful weekend. As you can tell, there's no snow. So I'm going to pass this on to Todd.
It's all just going, right? We're just good. Yeah, this is Todd. Let's see, Saturday started the morning at Poachers, and had a little doe go by me like 8 o'clock, 8:30. From west to east, went from the meadow into the swamp in front of me, and that's all I saw, hoping something might follow her in there. But I think it's the same little doe that people caught on camera, and you'll see more of. Saturday evening, Duane and I were down on the lowland, he on Godava's Pollocks Pollocks Hole stand and myself on the stand called Lone Oak, and didn't see much of anything in terms of activity until I can actually see Duane, and suddenly I look over and it's getting late, and I'm thinking, well, let's pack up soon. So I'm keeping an eye on him, seeing if he's going to get off the stand, and suddenly I look and he is in shooting position, and I thought, oh, cool, we've got some action. I reach back, pick up the gun, pow, about time I get the gun up, he's shot a second time, and I saw, deer and flag kind of coming at me. And sure enough, it sort of slowed down and stopped as I got close, and I saw, he was shooting at a little spike buck, and I dropped down and pow on its chest, and it ran a bit more and pow again, and then finally the third shot, it was moving, to my left that way. He landed on the trail. Third shot, I just dropped down with iron sights, and I'm pretty sure I hit him. I might have hit him all 3 times, so we got that buck. But too bad he had to have so many holes poked in him. But not a bad little body on a little spiker. So it was good fun this Sunday morning here. Let's see. Aside from hearing the mom snort over by Chesea on the landing, I was at Dimwit, and that was all I heard for action was that deer blowing air at her. So that's what I had for the weekend, and it was beautiful weather, and I'm guessing the peak rut is next week. So Samuel, do you need to tell your story here on Duane's story recorder?
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, sir.
You see yourself.
Oh, yep.
There, and that's how it works.
Yep. This is Sam Coos. I don't even know the date, but it's Sunday. Opening weekend. I hunted Saturday morning at Slash Pile. I went out there, saw a doe and a fawn walk by. They came from the road, so they came from the west. Walked past, I'd say, I don't know, probably 8:30 a.m. Went right past, went towards kind of like the IKEA area. Like it just went into the woods and went towards IKEA. And then later, probably an hour and a half later, a doe came from like right where the fawn and the other doe went in. The other one came out and went right past, and that was probably yeah, that's about it. That's all I saw, but it was fun to watch. Then that evening I hunted swing set. Didn't see anything. That's all right. I thank God for Jeramie's four-wheeler. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made it out there. I had ACL surgery about a month ago, so still in a brace, walking around. What else? Yeah, that's about it for last night. And then this morning, went out to Hatchet. At Hatchet, say probably, I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock. Saw doe, or no, not even it was probably just a yearling. Didn't look like it had any nubs or anything. Probably a doe. Come from the, let's see, it would come from the west, and then just walked right past. Went towards my dad at Poachers. Then probably, I don't know, a little bit later, maybe an hour later, a doe, actually a nice sized doe, was coming from Poachers, and I was like watching that, and then all of a sudden I hear these two deer just take off. I look immediately to my west, and there's two big does just running around because they must have picked up my scent and just sprinting, hauling ass, running batshit crazy towards the south. So going towards Josh's swing set and the pine tree. And then one of them actually looped back around, came by me, and then I saw for sure it was a doe, but very large doe, great sized deer. And yeah, so saw that, and then looked back, couldn't see the other doe that came from Poachers, and then I'd probably say, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes later, the doe came again, came down from the west, kind of that tree area if you're going towards IKEA, came down and pretty much just walked right past me. It took about 20 minutes, and I videotaped it and watched it. It came within like 10 feet of me, and yeah, watched it go off. it just kept heading like southeast and headed southeast towards the river. And yeah, that's pretty much my story for first weekend. Hopefully come up again third weekend and get that buck. So, yep. Okay, you're good.
Live from Sandstone. No. This is Josh, 2015. Saturday morning, went out to, let's see here, where I go, Beaver, and saw a good doe and a fawn, along with a bunch of grouse, so that was fun watching. They came from, let's see, the north side of me, walking south, and just kind of watched them for about 5 minutes or so and called it a day. Saturday evening I went over to Cialis and took a very nice nap. Didn't see anything. It was very, very comfortable, so good night. And Sunday morning got up and went out to the swing set, and believe I saw the exact same deer that I saw Saturday morning. Again, the doe and the fawn. So, and again, they came from the north of me walking south and ended up cutting behind me to the east. So not a whole lot of activity, pretty quiet. Beautiful morning though, and no deer, but it was good watching.
Hi, Cory Kessel here. Just 2015 opening weekend. Went to Slash Pile this morning. Didn't see anything. Was at Papa Don's metal stand. Fortunately, didn't see anything. And at Poachers, didn't see anything all weekend. The only deer I saw was here in the campsite. As everybody was talking around, we had doe walk up on us. That's the only thing I saw all weekend. So hopefully next year will be better. We'll see you then.
Just talk to it. Have your
It's going?
Yep, camera's over there. There you
All
go.
right, Jerry Cuss, 2015, right, Samuel? You bet. I saw nothing but this morning, big doe that everybody else has seen. Had a blast. Guys are always fun. Getting a little crazy as they get older. Got to tone them down a little bit once in a while. Watch for the proverbial swear word once in a while. But they are growing men and getting of age, and it's all cool. We all did the same thing. Deer hunting is a blast because it's camaraderie. I saw one doe, but I had a blast.
Alright, well I guess my video didn't work last year, or last weekend, so I'm doing it from work actually. I went out, sat in the morning at, Pollocks High Point. I didn't see anything. I went out that evening, sat at Dimwit, didn't see anything. Went out to CR Point, and I did see a deer, but nothing with horns, so I never fired anything. Pretty uneventful for the whole weekend.
We are men. We can change if we have to.
I
guess. Okay, here we go. All right. Meeting has come to order.
The only thing I wanted to talk about is food. If it works out for everybody to do this every year, we'll just assume that I'm going to do it. I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
What I want though is input from everybody else. What do you want here versus what did I bring that everybody's like, oh, why'd you bring granola bars? I hate granola. I want chocolate covered raisins or something like that. So think of stuff like that. So I brought 2 gallons of juice that never even got open. Nobody wanted it. Well, next year I won't bring that then.
All right. Got it.
If that works for everybody, and we can pretty much guarantee with Walmart and their pricing, be $20 a head for the weekend. That'll include the candy, snacks. Doug brings eggs and cookies that Lori makes. But cereal. I'm thinking next year to go back to a hot breakfast too.
Nice.
Is anybody opposed to that?
Second that motion.
I second it, but I can help.
Microwave. The microwave with the little sandwiches.
I didn't make those at home, pre-make them.
Yeah.
Well,
there's a
microwave in back. That gets tricky then when somebody brings us and somebody brings us. Rather to everybody just get from one pot and go.
Right.
Then everybody puts in 20. Like this year is $192, and then I did another stop at Coburn's, and I brought a bunch of stuff like ketchup and mustard from home because it doesn't pay to buy that new every time. That way I take the 20 off for me, and it's 180 divided by 9 this year.
9, not including you.
And Ryan Thomas.
So if it works out, that's
That's for everybody.
All right, we're good. We're good.
Jeramie.
I offer up a kudos to Mr. Peterson. Thank you for what you do.
Well, it just works that way.
Right.
And then you're not second guessing what you have to bring. And,
Yeah.
And I know everybody always like, oh, I want pistachios, so I'm gonna bring pistachios.
Bring them. Yeah, bring them. Yeah, you can always bring what you want.
That's beverages.
Yes, I will not do the liquor store shopping.
That can't be covered within our 20? Another 20.
Yeah, that's
Within your 20? No.
That's a carload.
For another 20, we might be able to make it happen.
I don't think so.
Chelsea's getting hosed this year, though. That's
Alright.
a really expensive ginger ale.
No, for you.
Alright, I made it. You did good.
All right, meeting over.
Yep. That's all I
Second.
Meeting adjourned.
Adjourn.
Meeting adjourned.
Your bet.
Oh, gavel, guys.
And the picnic table falls apart.
But this is now video. So speak cleanly.
We're going to look for levels. From your perspective, Todd,
Yes.
as it settles out,
Yes.
Housekeeping.
Come in. Who is it?
My hands are full of jugs.
Nice. Who doesn't
oh,
love
nice
those?
jugs.
Nice couple of pairs of
Very
jugs.
nice jugs.
Double G.
That's awesome.
Only you can get away with that.
That actually made sense.
Only you.
Like G. Allen.
Only you can get away.
We're gonna have to wait. We had terrible turn radius. We'll let you guys go.
I can't run this thing.
I guess we're going into the creek. We'll go last.
Sorry. Don't touch the gator. Going for the ride. Just keep your hands around that carpet at all times.
Hey, Chels, here.
Yes.
Do me a favor.
Oh, drop something down.
Did I?
That glove right behind you. There it is.
Right there.
Okay, thanks.
There you go.
Got it. Thank you. There we go. First time ever organizing for a midnight picture. The Sand River Hilton. You were there. Here's my vehicle still running. Take me home. 2015.